We having a jingle on the way in?
Yeah, I'll press the button.
It's all working straight away, isn't it?
Maybe it's because we're no battery.
Maybe. There we are. Episode 13. We're back for another podcast. How is it?
It's been that long, I feel nervous.
Feel nervous?
No, not really.
Nah, I mean...
I don't even know where we're at.
Yeah, episode 13.
Yeah, episode number 13.
Me and George have got loads of time to do pods now.
Yeah, that's why we're back.
Yes.
Because it's all over.
It's about this time last year it all went tits up and all.
Yeah, about a month later.
Yeah. Oh no, it's about this time for me.
Oh, yeah.
So we got loads of time. We'll be up to episode 20 soon. So yeah, Mike's the lone soldier now, so we could be going supporting him, but what's been going on?
Well, we've been getting injured as it goes.
Yeah.
We've
been alright.
Well, yeah, I've been fine. Jim, we've gone to the British at the weekend, and Jim's, well, we don't really know yet, do we?
He's broke his leg.
He has broke his leg. We're waiting to find out if his knee's alright or not. But chances are, neat good.
Neat good.
No.
So what's he getting, an MRI scan?
Yeah, they said tomorrow, 10 o'clock, MRI. Well, no, 5 o'clock, I think. Yeah, he said 5 actually.
Somewhere
on
Wednesday.
At least he's actually getting one. Yeah, 5:30. He's got an MRI, so they'll probably find out 2 weeks time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So you had a bad weekend. How was your weekend, Hodge?
Need good.
No?
It wasn't an overly successful weekend, was it?
No, the British hasn't been going that well for us, has it really?
No.
Well, you had a good second round.
Yeah.
You both had a DNF at the first one.
Yeah, I've had a clutch go, and you've had a clutch go now.
Yeah. Bad mechanics.
Yeah, wow. I think
Mechanic?
mine was down to bad mechanics and lots of clutch use.
My British Quad Championship career's gone up the shit as well, so...
Oh yeah, you went home before you didn't even take part in the last round.
No. Bored, wasn't I? I was bored.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Where have we been? So we've been to...
there's been 3 British rounds and 2 GPs.
Yeah.
So it depends what order you want to do
Oh,
it
we
in.
can start at Cramlin for Hodge.
Yeah, how's Cramlin?
Cranham was
You
alright.
weren't upsetting them Germans, were you?
No, there's a little bit of rubbing.
That's part of the course, though, isn't it? And
Bit invasive, them
it's
Germans.
typical. The one year that I don't go to Cramlin, and we don't go to Cramlin, it looked unreal.
Yeah.
The track actually was good.
Yeah.
It was really good in the second race.
Why didn't you do the triple?
A little bit nervous in my first Grand Prix, as how my season started before at the first Grand Prix, upside down and broken.
That's growth, that is. I like it.
Yeah, it's true.
Where'd you finish? Good results? Can't even remember where you finished now.
I think I did have a 12th and a 14th or something, was it?
I want to say your second race was better than your first race.
Maybe a 14th and a 12th.
Yeah, something like that. It's good though. It's a good start.
Yeah, it's points in the board, isn't it?
Yeah, and then obviously, then you had the British GP. Good day.
Yeah, but I think the starts were critical there, when it just get in.
I think it always is.
You just got to get in the mix deep and hard for the first few laps, didn't you?
Yeah. No, but now you're 10th in the world.
Get up.
Get up. Then on to Brew this weekend. What when you leaving Thursday?
Yeah, Portsmouth Cairn, 3 o'clock the boat is.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that one.
Are you beating Leo Bardis in the World Championship?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You are?
Yeah, they're like 13th, aren't they?
My bet has gone right up the chute, hasn't it? Cheers,
Yeah.
boys.
They assured you that they were going to win as well, didn't they?
Yeah. I had a little team talk with them at Foxhill, but obviously not good advice. About as good as the start advice I gave Mike this weekend.
Yeah. And mine.
Yeah, yours was worse, to be fair.
Yeah, mine done me clutching.
I didn't do my clutching.
Uh,
I think I don't know. Looked like reactions were a bit slow this week, Mike.
They were good in the first gate drop.
I reckon if I was gone back in the same place, I'd have been fine. Dan was like, go over there a little bit, and then it weren't quite as good.
No, I reckon I'd have got the whole shot from the middle.
I wasn't feeling the middle. I was feeling the inside where you went last year, but they covered it up.
Could you not see it?
Like you said, they couldn't see the other.
No, there was something a bit going on there, so you couldn't see through the hole.
Oh.
I don't know what you lot are talking about.
What I'm talking about is the fact that you reacted so early to the gate dropping last year, you actually hit the gate because you could see the man pressing the button.
Up there for thinking.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, I thought GPs have been a bit weird so far this year.
It's hard. That is the I'd say it's hard to predict, but
Herman's has won 3 out of 4 races.
yeah,
But I wouldn't have had Benjamin Weiss winning the other one.
No, definitely not. But we did say Benjamin Weiss would be good at Cramlin, though, didn't we?
Yeah, he is, but he had a 9th in the first race.
Yeah,
9-1.
It's
Pretty
so weird.
cool.
There, like if you gate 9th, you like all them
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
like they gate, and then it's hard to race unless you're that much faster. But it's hard to be that much faster than Cramlin because the times are so close. Even at, like if you go to last chart or pre-quali,
Yeah,
the
it's unreal.
top
isn't
10
it?
can be within a second of each other,
Yeah.
or a second and a half. So
It's unreal.
which isn't like nowhere else is normally like that. But yeah, Herman's is actually dominating.
He's trucking, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he is dominating.
I don't know. Prunier obviously looks really good all the time, but on a Sunday, like he hasn't. He's a good rider.
Do you reckon they wear themselves out on Saturday?
I just think maybe they're not as physical. They're just not as physically ready as Herman's is.
But maybe
Right.
they're playing the smart game. Like they might know, like they're good for second. Like
Yeah, but then you can't have DNFs.
what results of that? Oh, they broke a shot, didn't
They
they?
broke the shot, or was
That's
it
the-
the linkage or the shot?
I think it was the shot supposedly, but they that's their first DNF in 3 years. That is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well, any round.
any round.
It's impressive because we always say like, oh, they never DNF. That's why we all had money on. That's why I bet on Prunier really.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking,
Who is second in the championship? Marv.
yeah, just consistency, isn't it?
Marv's trucking on with COVID.
Yep. He's only 20 points. I think he's 26 points behind.
Yeah. Herman's got a race already.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marv's come out, got COVID.
He says he's got long COVID, so
A bit of a
I imagine
conspiracy
he'll
theory.
get better. He's still rapid, isn't he? Like,
He's been super consistent, like for what he's dealing with. He's been on the box both times, second
Yeah.
overall and third
and
overall.
he's still like as good on lap time.
Oh no, 2/3 overall, wasn't it? He was third in
Yeah.
Cramlin. Prunier was second.
Oh right, yeah. And then was he third again?
Yeah,
Oh,
Brett
'cause
was
Brett
second, wasn't he?
yeah. So
That's not bad at all, is it? Really?
no, not that if he's ill, and yeah,
He doesn't look like the same Mad Marv though, does he?
No.
It's
but
not all like he ain't like all aggressive the whole race, is he?
Well, that's exactly why he's struggling. Like you wouldn't ever see that normally, would you? Like
No.
there's no way you would see Marv slow down at the end of the race. That's when he's strong.
teaching for eating bats in China, wasn't it?
Yeah, something weird's gone on.
Too many eggs. But yeah, so you're 10th in the world, going to Brew this weekend. What's the game plan?
Brew was good for the old left chairs last time.
I reckon we see a couple of Hodge hole shots.
Yeah, we need to see this one.
Needs to just get on the front row, don't we? Have a good Saturday, don't we?
Yeah, because the start there's good. You can get a gate from anywhere. Like you could gate it from. It's not like Fox Hills where you needed to be first on the start.
Yeah, you can just get it
you
from
can gate
anywhere.
from anywhere there.
I'll tell you what, you do some smashing in that first corner as well, Hodge.
Yeah, get that D reinforced.
I don't know why people are going about all this smashing for.
Well, I've got a question from Leo Bardis asking why you didn't stop to check if they were right after you took them out.
So
I didn't take them out; they were out of control.
That's cheating, that is. There's no interfering on the bets.
Who?
You.
Oh yeah,
That's interference, that is.
Got rid of him.
Like, here's my 100 quid, wallop!
No.
Yeah.
And you owe Lil Bardis a handguard and a clutch lever as it goes,
And a peak.
and a peak. You were down about you've done yourself out of 100 quid there easily. Clutch lever's probably worth a fair bit.
Yeah. And child abuse.
No, it was a race incident.
Okay, yeah.
That's why he done it out of sight, wasn't it?
Out of sight, out of mind.
But I'm not sure, I might be wrong, but why do they not finish the race just because they don't have a clutch lever? Do you know what I mean?
They're crying, weren't they? Children.
If you had no clutch lever, you would finish the race. Anyone
Yeah.
would, there's no way no clutch lever would make me think, can't finish this race.
I've got a feeling what happened is clutch lever broke and then they were a whole lap down and then they obviously decided they were too far out of the points.
I don't know, I just think they
should have probably
you should
finished.
know how to get the bike going, get it round the rest of the race to score some points. Like they
Yeah.
could have scored some points.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that far. How far into the race was it? Halfway?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe a bit further?
They're probably scared.
To
Scared
be
it in.
To be fair, one of them probably hit their head pretty hard
Yeah,
because we were going a bit before we ill hit the floor.
making it worse, Hodge.
Have you done much ramming?
Me, not this year, really. No.
Your battle with Stephen Wise was really good in the qualifying race.
Yeah.
Like back and forth battle, like
Yeah.
just pass, but get back.
Well, that's
pass,
what you
pass.
kept doing, Lil Bardis, wasn't it? It was carving him up, squaring him back up, getting past. They must fucking hate you.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
to watch though.
Yeah, it was good racing, that was. Fox Hill, brilliant GP.
It surprised me. Actually.
Beer tent was large.
Yeah, someone's actually asked a question saying why did the beer tent shut so early?
Because the English people can't handle their drink and start fighting.
Yeah, we have to get people out before it starts getting rowdy.
No, it was fine.
Brain Bullers.
Brain.
He wasn't happy about the beer tent shutting time.
I ended up in a weird van with that man.
It's the beer tent was shut, but you obviously didn't find the after party.
He was there. He
was
was
there?
at the after party, yeah.
Oh right, well there you go then. That's what it's about, isn't it? The
Yeah.
Rum Club.
Yeah.
The Rum Club.
Yeah, you need to join the Rum Club. Big up Rum Club. Well,
Yeah.
actually, don't. It makes you very ill. Ask Harley Moody. He was spewing.
Was he?
Well, allegedly. I don't
Oh.
want to throw anyone under the bus. You might get detention at school. But
Bless him, he was hanging, wasn't he, in that second race?
Yeah. Well,
Adam
They-
Darby, Revolution Cycle.
yeah.
You know, sort yourself out, man.
Is he not is he not doing no training?
I don't know what he
Well,
does.
you know, he does. You know, train.
They had no rear shock.
Yeah, but
They had no rear shock.
you got to man up and get on with it.
Yeah, he did. He did carry on.
Yeah,
He
yeah, but
finished
he
the
didn't
race.
look very well.
And they did race the day before.
I
But
mean, he's a young lad.
yeah.
Lil Bardis is young.
Yeah.
Wow.
he,
And he's not doing that well, is he now? So
Yeah, but he's still fucking flying.
I
Isn't he?
pushed the rear shock
Yeah.
down for the second race and it didn't come back up.
tell you what you need is a nice WSP AMS.
Yeah,
Got on
WSP
sale, yeah.
LC4 KTM.
WSP AMS. Mine's
Great.
been up for sale longer.
Huh?
Mine's been up for sale longer. Mine's
Yeah.
first going.
Well, technically yours doesn't have a fuel pump.
It does at the minute.
my bike could be for sale at the end of the year.
Yeah. What, not before the end of the year.
Well,
Don't count your chickens.
No, we want it to last a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think obviously Herman's marching away with it a little bit.
Yeah, it's early days.
Brett's trucking.
Yeah, Brett is trucking, big time. He's
Brett,
trucking Sunday.
He looked unbelievable.
Yeah, it was good
him and
Sunday.
Joe. Wow, him and Joe looked fucking unreal.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I watched the video. Like you had a video for my vlog, like through the whoops, and it's just like
He had them
ridiculous.
dialed, didn't he?
Yeah, and Joe was unreal. Yeah,
Yeah,
But he had the whoops dialed, and
And
he
then
was
the
getting
next
over
jump.
that double
Yeah.
thing. Beautiful.
I was actually
Yeah.
stood there with a little trouser tent.
Trouser tent.
nice.
Yeah, but no, it's Did you get many questions? I think we
Dion
should get
asked
on
a good question actually.
Who?
Dion Reitman.
Who? Who's that?
He's a Dutch passenger. You might not have heard of him.
Oh, right, okay.
He said, "In what way do you guys think it's possible to improve sidecars to make them faster?"
That's a good question.
It is a good
that
question.
is.
I actually really like. I do like that question.
Right.
Just people.
Better passengers. No. No. I think there should be like a completely different chassis for sand and hard pack and that sort of thing. Because say you go to a very polished track that's like very hard pack, you should be able to run your bike really low to the ground.
Yeah, but what about for the big jumps?
Yeah, but I think it'd be fine.
That is the problem. Is the jumps now.
No.
But
When you're on
But
the big
then-
LC4, she's low already.
Yeah, but then you have the suspension. Like, you know, it's not just a little modification. I'm not just talking about changing shock length.
yeah,
I'm talking like completely different bike.
yeah.
Go
Yeah.
road racing sidecar.
I think it's annoying that they've made the noise limit lower because that's just made them slower. It's going to made them slower.
Well, it's got to have done. Well, it does, because everyone gets a time penalty at the end of every
Yeah,
race.
fucking 5 places. Yeah. So bigger engines would probably be the answer, wouldn't it? But
Yeah, but I think,
Yeah, but then weight
how
comes down
would
to
you
it. doesn't it?
go bigger with an engine? Like, do you think the motors are as big as they can be at the minute with reliability?
yeah, because they're not. Yeah,
Because everyone's been flirting around this sort of area for ages.
Yeah, maybe they can't be any bigger. They can't. Well, yeah, it's gone from being 1000cc twins, so they were so fast in a straight line, ridiculous. But you can't turn around a corner or do a jump.
Yeah.
Now,
But then you could go to Strasbourg and back, run a different motor, couldn't you?
yeah,
Because if you had a super fast engine around there.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, that could make a difference.
Yeah, the only place
think what
you're
else.
getting that is when you come up to the big hill, isn't it?
I'm
Over the
talking
top.
3 seconds up the hill.
How light?
Nitros.
How light could you make a bike? Like, would it be that much better in the sand? Say, if it was light, much lighter.
I don't know. Probably. You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Then would it be too twitchy?
Yeah, I really don't know.
Yeah, but Backs used to run like.
I think Baxter's bikes are quite light, and Williamson's bikes are light.
I mean, they probably used to finish tubing, didn't they? And then they use them
Yeah,
for like
maybe they don't
3
last as long,
meetings,
yeah.
and they go in the bin.
Yeah, it's
So-
actually a difficult question.
I don't
Yeah.
really know how you can make it faster because either which way you do it, you make your bike low for this,
Well, I think basically suspension is very basic. Like the Riga suspension and whatever, extremely basic in comparison to say solos and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
the amount of time, like there's no test riders or anything like
No.
that. So
Well, it's not
you
a lot
could
of
develop
development, is there?
shocks better.
Yeah,
Develop suspension. I think engines very like an AMS, P-Power, that sort of thing. Well, you can't
Brett's
even say,
motor.
you can't
Brett-
even say that though because Herman's is smoking them all in the Mega, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the engines are very like I think they're almost as good as they could be.
and it'd be helpful if someone made a decent fucking front tyre.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If someone could make 20-inch Pirellis again,
Yeah,
But-
not having a 20-inch Pirelli is quite upsetting most days now.
I've got 3.
Dan's got the only ones left in the world.
Yeah, won't let them go.
You might be able to sell them for big money soon. Dan.
I'll get a big auction going at the beer tent.
Yeah, I
get
reckon
everyone
you
a few bevs.
At Bess and Back, people would be after them at
Oh.
Bess and Back.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Wouldn't
that?
they?
€500.
Yeah, but I
tyre.
might get filled in on the way down to the beer tent to
Yeah.
sell them.
Yeah, I will. I'll fucking just run you over.
Yeah, Hodge will have 3 wheels
Yeah,
with Pirellis on.
all of a sudden, no one will have a 20-inch wheel to use it with.
What about? I've thought about this. So you could. Is there a width limit on sidecar? Like,
In
Yeah.
the rule book.
there
yeah.
is?
Yeah, there's definitely
right.
a width
But-
limit.
don't
I
worry.
think if you actually measure it, they're all breaking the limit anyway.
Really?
Because I think they're still stuck on the old time bolt on bolt off sidecar rule book.
What does that mean?
That's how we've got over the fuel tank in the chair because now it's not bolt on bolt off anymore. It's
You're
complete chassis.
Oh, right.
What do you mean?
I think the rule book is still set from years ago
Oh, what, for the width?
for the
Or-
width. Yeah,
So what is it? Too narrow now, or too wide, or?
I can't remember if it. I can't remember which way around it is now.
Because I was thinking, could you do some major modifications so that basically it almost ended up as 2 of you on a solo with a little sidecar wheel? So like you could go right, it's leant over. Because I had a dream the other night, right?
God.
I had a dream and I was riding with someone and I was coming down into this right-hander and I had the thing leant over like a solo, railing a rut. And I thought, why couldn't you set a bike up to do this? So that you could just rail a corner. So I was doing it on the Pee-wee around the garden. I think that's why I come up with it. I crashed the Pee-wee around the garden because the foot peg hit the floor.
Why don't we mention Tom McKay's sidecar cross stream?
We're going to get onto that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think.
I think you know you was going on about
motocross streams.
the motocross foot peg.
Yeah. This is. I want one.
I think generally if you was to have the footrest up a lot higher and made it smaller.
No footrest, motocross foot peg.
No, because I think it's too dangerous.
I don't care. I'll be so far ahead of everyone that's going to smash into me. Won't be a problem. Or you can make it so that you still have something that protects your leg, but it's just not like a big old shovel.
How much does the footrest really protect your foot?
It doesn't.
It doesn't because I've been
yeah.
in the leg before.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So I don't think it creates.
No, but in Spain when I smashed that bank and it ruined the footrest.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have smashed
Yeah.
the bank.
My foot has got squashed, hasn't it?
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
it would have just blown your foot off the back.
I hit it hard.
Well, you hit the bank, so you don't run a motocross foot peg. I will. Anyway, I've just thought of another one. A sidecar shot that changes length.
Yeah.
So, if you go into a right and the sidecar shot got longer, like that,
yeah.
round the corner, into a left.
This is mad, stupid technology you're coming out with now.
Yeah, but they
And
can do
also
it.
the swing.
I'll have a button.
A swinging arm where the sidecar wheel moves forward and back, could move forward and backwards.
Sidecar swing arm.
Yeah, sidecar
Yeah, because
swing.
they used to do it on an eccentric, but
No, as in like during riding.
during right.
We're going like Formula One style now.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
this
like
is
we're
what
talking.
on about.
Yeah, we're talking
about
unlimited,
pure development.
Yeah, because in a right you want it to be forward, but in a left you want it to be backwards, don't you?
Yeah, but the thing was
Get half
technology
onto it.
technology like that is it's not road racing, is it? Like you think
But,
you're
and also
smashing it through all sorts of stuff, aren't you?
when I'm turning left, I want the bars to be like easy to turn, but in rights I don't mind how hard it is, and then you can have more grip. So like when
Yeah.
I run the front wheel further forward, I struggle with front grip in rights, but in lefts not so much. So then, like at the weekend, I ran a 21-inch wheel with a short loop because I wanted grip in the rights. But then it'd be good if it would change during the race. I could turn it in better.
I think it's bullshit that we've gone. Why can't you get the feel of a 20-inch front wheel with a 21-inch wheel? Like I think that's just lack of development. Everyone's just gone.
No, the left chair's just not developed.
The thing is, you can get it, I think, but it's like the tyre won't ever behave the same
Why not?
because it don't roll. That's why them Pirellis feel so good, is because they roll off.
So why
And
is a 21-inch Pirelli?
Because it's
a
only
low
that deep,
profile?
and a 20-inch is that deep.
So
There's more tyre to roll.
yeah, because when you put the tyres next to each other, they're like the same size. aren't
Exactly.
they? So can you not get a taller profile?
Yeah, because you can get a 90-100 rather
Everyone
than...
might be trying all of our
You can get an 80,
ideas.
yeah, but we're not riding, so
Oh,
you can
mate.
get a 90-100.
There you go. Right, I'm
Rather
going to
than
buy
that.
you one. You can try it.
Yeah, you need and then with a soft mousse, yeah.
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 You in?
Try, won't we?
Right. Let's talk about motocross dreams.
Yeah, what's your reoccurring motocross
So-
dream?
This I have two.
Yeah.
Like they're not reoccurring, as in they're not exactly the same every time. But I'll have a dream that I'm like getting ready for a race. I used to have it before I started doing GPs all the time, and it was always my first GP. Getting ready to do a race, and like it will be either can't find my knee braces, I can't, like the fuel tank's missing for the bike on the start line or something like that. Like, and I'm flapping about trying to get it, and whatever. Just I'm gonna miss the start of the race basically.
Yeah.
And then the other one I have is I'm doing a race, but it's not like it involves weird like obstacle courses and stuff like that. Like you've got to sprint to the end of a field and sprint back again, and then get back on the bike and all this sort of shit. And I
Yeah.
think I don't enjoy this.
I have your first one, like that's the one I'll have,
Yeah.
is like when you you just can't. There's just one thing that's stopping you from getting on the bike.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can't find it.
And
Like
you
you have
keep
to start.
trying.
I'll start running home for it or something. Like,
Yeah, I've been run home from Langrish once.
run home.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you start running home, and then next thing the race starts, and then the dream's over usually.
yeah. And then, do you ever have like motocross dreams, Mike?
No.
You don't.
See,
I've
this-
got
I
a
asked Jim, and I don't think he cares enough about motocross.
I've got a
so
3-year-old what keeps me up most nights. So
Yeah.
there's not a lot of dreaming going on.
That was your
That's
own
true.
fault.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Should have
I
pulled
had
it
too
out.
much fun and ruined it for myself.
Yeah, so we were talking about the dreams thing at the first GP, weren't we? And,
Fox Hills,
and Thomas
yeah.
McKay was there, right? And he goes, "Yeah, I have that dream." Well, I like he said
He was having a dream about Fox Hills.
yeah,
Wasn't he?
because that's his first GP, and he's like, basically, I was there and I'm watching the bikes going around and thinking I'm meant to be in this. So he's run back to get ready and he can't find his knee braces. So he's taped chicken tikka pasties to his
Why chicken tikka pasties?
He's like, yeah, take pasties to my knee. And I was like, pasties? You know, he's like down the funny way. And
Yeah.
so I thought maybe that's like knee pads or something like that. He's like, no, chicken tikka pasties. And me and George just spitting food.
I was
everywhere,
eating
like,
cereal, yeah, and I was.
oh,
it
mate,
was so funny.
it
I
was so
crying.
funny. Chicken tikka, taping them to your knees.
Yeah.
I've never quite gone that far.
No.
Next time I have a dream and I can't find my knee braces, I might try it. A few
Yeah.
chicken tikka pasties on there.
That'd be good. That was funny. That was funny.
I've actually forgot my knee braces in the early days of racing.
What, not worn them?
Yeah, and oh my
it
god,
smashes them bad, doesn't
oh
it?
my god, all my knees,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
it was all cut and they all
I went,
puffed up.
I went practicing once without knee
Did
braces
you?
on. Was horrible.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Me and Jim were having a. Jim thought he forgot the goggles Sunday morning.
Really?
Yeah, but they were just somewhere stupid. I think they were on top of something that they shouldn't have been.
Oh.
Found them, but we was like having a meltdown for a minute.
You should have got yourself some safety glasses like Stephen Moody.
All you know is go faster goggles.
So you get them from Rip and Roll?
I don't know.
I think they're Screwfix Special.
Yeah. Either that or he knows Harley's no good at prepping them, so he's just ready to take them off.
Well, they've always got them off. Yeah. Harley had his off-bike races.
Yeah. That's because he had to breathe for them.
Bless him. I was only bigging him up the other day.
No, he's still good.
Yeah, he's good.
I think he just needs to do some. I think that's the problem with the sport at the minute, of the younger ones at the minute, and it's
There's training and there's training properly, isn't
You
there?
you need to speak. I never believed in it, but generally after the training I've done with Adam, it's definitely worked.
Mike said the other day he would still keep training like that even if he wasn't racing.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I don't like the VO2 max bit, and
That's horrible.
and he's put me some mad session in for Wednesday, and I'm looking at it thinking I'm not feeling it. But once you've done it, you feel great.
Yeah.
Wednesday is in. What day is it today?
Tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Oh.
It's a long old week for us, mate.
Oh.
I know we should go to Peru, really.
Yeah, I keep doing half weeks nowadays.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good, isn't it?
Yeah, I get left on my own. Things keep getting fucked up.
This morning when it was raining, I got there. I had to do a bit of stuff. It was raining. I thought, you know what? I might just go home and go and mess around with the lorry or something down the yard.
Yeah, we can't.
I haven't even got my bike out of the van yet from Canada Rights.
Sad.
Oh. But yeah. What did you get any other questions?
No, it's been pretty. I didn't do it. Probably should have done it earlier. I was going to do it earlier in the day.
So basically, with making bikes go faster or thingy, but we didn't really get too far with other than going Formula One style.
No, more development, better suspension. Like
Why is people not running?
I've had some more questions.
What about the telescopic forks? Obviously, Bax was running, they snapped off, blah blah blah. But
yeah,
they must. Are they better?
If someone actually developed a set of proper tellies that would work in a cycle, not just bolting a set
but
of
is
tellies on a sidecar from a solo, then maybe they would work.
Yeah, but they ain't just off a solo. Those they're a lot bigger, aren't they?
Well,
So they can't be solo ones.
yeah, I can't see how they wouldn't work, but
yeah.
it's like someone that knows a bit more about geometry might, because the leading link front loop, where does that actually come from? I've never seen it on anything else before.
C90?
Is it?
C90s, and they love front.
What, a lead link?
Yeah.
Really?
C90 is beautiful bit of kit.
Thing is,
Used to
how
be
many of
police
them,
chases on
how many of
them.
them have you nicked in your life?
I used to get them
I
out the
don't
Friday ad, have you know, 50 quid.
I don't know if the leading
But that was only
link,
when they showed me where the garage was.
I think the problem with the tellies is that as they compress, the trail and lead changes.
Yeah,
And I don't know if it changes so much
with leading link.
with a leading link or not.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you watch when you see the angle they're already at, there's so much leverage actually on the headstock pin. Isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, but I just don't know, like...
Yeah, why couldn't you, steepen them up, but have a bit more of a longer lead on the...
Put a leading front link on a set of tellies.
No, but you wouldn't have to. Do you know what I mean, though? Because obviously, when you look at it, it's only, I don't know, what, 60 or 70 mil
Yeah.
in front. Why couldn't you have it a bit further and have like a bit of triangulation going there so it couldn't shear off?
But that is what that would be almost, wouldn't it? You would almost
Yeah.
have like a leading link front loop, but with a set of tellies.
Yeah, but Bax was using them.
Yeah.
And he
Well,
obviously liked it.
yeah, he must
Because the
have.
front end must be so much lighter
He
with...
probably liked the paycheck that he was getting for using them.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, because I also think, and I don't know if it's, you don't have test riders, so like I'll go to a track and do pretty good at a GP or whatever with the same suspension in the bumpiest track in the world or the smoothest track in the world, like maybe change the rebound a little bit.
Yeah,
something
we
silly like
hardly
that.
ever adjust. Mine
No,
sort of set on a bit.
But that is because you're just guessing, and there's no point. If you're guessing, just leave it alone. But there's got to be so much more to give, like
Yeah.
with that sort of thing.
If you, at the end of the day, if you worked at Riga and actually understood
Yeah,
how it works,
But you know how you need it. Someone rides a bike, knows how it works, and then they just give it to you. Like, say for example, Daniel Williamson, perfect example, could ride a bike, and your riding styles are similar and it works, sort of thing. And they could go, right, we've been testing on this track, on this sort of terrain, this sort of setup works exactly how it does in a motocross team. I get that they test, but they don't do all the dog shit testing, do they? Someone else does all the hours, and then they just fine tune the setup to them.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know. No one wants to let any secrets out, do they?
No. I'm sure Herman's is under Riga quite a lot, and he obviously, but there's not mad testing going on, is there?
No,
Or
right.
there's,
Yeah, but the sport's it's not big enough, is it?
no, but yeah.
Well, you think people riding sidecars is not big, because they're not just in a bike shop, are they? You don't go
No.
into like a Honda or a Yamaha and there's
It's too expensive. It's too complicated.
And
There's
where do
one-
you ride it?
Huh?
The biggest thing is, where do you ride it?
Right.
in
You
England,
get a
big
sidecar,
problem.
where do you ride it?
Ashdown.
Well, that's why there's a lot more people in Holland. No one likes riding the sand. Like, the amount of people they've got there blasting around in the sand every week, and it's horrible. But it's only because they've got access to tracks. Whereas, like, if there were decent hardpack tracks over here, you'd have loads of people doing it.
And if you could get bikes and bits.
Yeah,
and all
but
that
if you
stuff.
had more people doing it, you would have more bikes coming,
Yeah.
more bikes being handed down, whatever. You'd be able to get a
Actually,
sidecar for $3,500.
It was
4
cool,
grand.
yeah. Yesterday, as a decorator on my job, who's Latvian.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, are you from Latvia?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh," I said, talking about Latvia, and I said, "Oh, I've been a few times, whatever." And he said, "Oh, what for?" I said, "Oh, I do motocross." He was like, "Oh, we used to have like a decent like motocross rider in Latvia, but he did a weird one, like sidecars or whatever." I was like, "Fucking hell!" I was like, "What?" I was like, "Sergius," and he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "That's him."
That's
I was like,
cool, that
yeah,
is.
he still remembered him from back in the day.
Yeah.
Obviously, they used to like it was a big thing when he was world champion, whatever.
A plumber on Jim's job thought I was riding with Colin Dunkley at the weekend.
Well, you never know. He has been about.
Big rumours.
Right, I've had a couple of questions.
Sam.
One more person obviously moaning about 30-minute motos at the British.
Who's moaning about it?
I don't know.
I
There's no-
want 3 18-minute plus a lap races.
Either make them really short
Yeah.
or have the two.
Yeah.
I think 3 20 plus 2s.
Too
it
hard,
would have
too
been,
long.
It would have been 3 versions of what happened
Yeah.
Sunday,
Exactly.
or have 3 actually short ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, what you class as short? Like
18
Like Dan
plus
said,
1.
18 or 15.
what, 18 plus 2?
One.
What?
Yeah, because like people saying like, oh, it's a procession at 25 minutes. Well,
It's a fucking
At
procession after 10 minutes.
at the weekend, mate, he said 16 minutes gone, and it was fucking boring in the second
Yeah.
race.
And it's
So-
been boring for a while. As
and,
well.
and that was only the second race, so it's no different, is it? It might as well be 18 done
Yeah, but it's,
and have 3.
a British Championship is meant to be a British Championship.
Exactly.
And the depth of riders is fucking shocking.
I was wondering why I couldn't hear anything.
I thought you said you could hear the quality.
I couldn't. There you go. It's fucking loud now.
Is the quality alright now?
No, we're good.
Oh.
But yeah, so you've got to cater for what you've got. If you had 15 GP level teams, yeah, go 25 plus 2 or whatever. The problem is, like,
I think the reason we pushed for it before was because a day at the British is normally shit because it's like at the weekend. If there had been 3 races, it had been we didn't leave till 5 o'clock or half 4. or whatever.
4, and we were left straight after the race pretty much.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have fitted another race in.
No, so it's stupid. And then I think what they should do though is either do the 3 races or they should make practice and quali separate
Yeah.
because it's rubbish. We won't go around for 10 minutes in practice and then
You ain't got no time to adjust your bike. Like if you want to have a bit of a fiddle though.
the worst thing is that after 10 minutes you're lapping everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you're trying to do a quick lap and you've caught all the people up that are a bit at the back.
Yeah, or like you end up doing jumps on the first lap because you've only got 10 minutes, then Jim shouts at you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Jim wasn't a bit very well. Yeah, that was my fault. I did have to apologise for that.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong getting a bit excited though, is there?
No, I didn't really think. I wasn't even really giving it a thought. I just thought, oh, that looks alright. Well, crack. Someone you see it in the blog.
You'll hear it in the vlog.
I get told off. Yeah, but I think it would be cool because like, at the weekend we could have gone out for 15 minutes before the solos,
Yeah.
and then had the break of the solo practice, and then gone out at the end of their practice.
Well, like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you could have,
And then all the top boys would go out to practice first,
yeah.
right? And then that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. We have spoken about it before, haven't we? And
Because we did it.
I
once.
haven't really changed my opinion on I'd have a free practice, like a time practice that's a bit more exciting, like a Super Bowl or something like that, and then 3 18-minute plus 1 lap races. It would
Yeah.
make it way more entertaining.
Super Bowl's a good idea, I think.
Yeah. Because when you have time qualifying, it is a little bit,
Yeah.
like, it's a bit boring. You know, there's not really much going on, is there? Unless you're really technical and you're into it and you're following the lap times and you care about half a second here and there.
Yeah.
Whereas a Super Bowl, I remember when they done it at the British Solos and it was exciting. Everyone used to watch it.
Yeah,
It was
because there is
brilliant.
normally like there is
crashes.
five guys who would be good to watch put a lap in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it is
100%.
good to watch. So
Yeah.
I can't see any problem with that really.
Another thing, Are we done with the British Championship?
Hang on, I've had 2 more questions, but they're the same from Harley and Leon Ty. Oh, and the third, and from Jake, it says, why is Dan not filling in for Jim at the GP? Basically,
Well,
everyone's asking if me and you are finishing the year together.
Well, we can't release this sort of information just on a podcast, can we? It might be top secret. We might be in brew.
Yeah, who knows?
So
We'll see.
sit tight and watch. Well, it sort of goes to show, doesn't it? I had 3 options for passenger in at Canada Heights.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a passenger, by the way, if you didn't know.
No.
Jake Brown was on at me. Oh, am I allowed to say that? I can say that. I think I can say that.
Well,
Jake-
you fucking said it now.
Yeah. Jake Brown wanted me to ride at Canada Heights with him. Which I said to him, the last time I passenger properly was with him in November.
Yeah, and he gave you a bad time as well.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, no, but
which might have been a bit short-sighted of him.
probably the 150 drinks I had the night before.
yeah, I was going to say, I think the alcohol might have started to play on
But I literally typed out a message saying, all right, I'll do it, but I'm not like, once I'm done, we're pulling in, I'm getting off. But I deleted it, so I didn't do it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be a passenger. That's why I'm not a passenger. 3 people saying that I'd finish the year with you.
Well,
Jim's going to be back in a few weeks anyway.
Yeah, he's only broke his leg. It's only the big bone as well, so...
It's only 6 weeks though, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's all right. Yeah.
Can't we just get a timber lock out? You can always fix everything with timber lock.
Yeah.
6 all.
I can't get a bird pregnant with a timber lock.
I'm good with an old timber lock, aren't
Yeah, George is proper timber framer.
I? Yeah.
So, I was going to ask another question, but I've forgotten what I had it on the tip of my tongue.
So British Championship, we're done with that
I
chat.
think we're done with that, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I'm done with it, for definite.
Yeah, but I think even 18 minutes on the way schedules run, it'd just be shit. It'd be too quick.
You've had me on it. You've had me on it. Right. So, obviously there aren't that many people that are riding, are there?
No.
That's a big problem.
Yeah, that's the biggest...
But then someone put something on Facebook about a passenger had a sidecar and was looking for a rider. And there were all sorts of people popping up that don't ride anymore, that are up for riding.
Yeah.
So do you think it's just cost of living and stuff like that as to why people aren't riding, or not enough local race?
There it is that, and also, the chat we were having, there's too many young lads riding shitty twin shots at twin shot meetings, and they need to get a fucking modern bike.
Yeah, if you don't know what a podcast is, you should be riding a modern bike.
Yeah,
and if you don't, ride a twin shot.
Why are you wanking around on a 1000cc Yam? You spend all day going, oh, is it running on both cylinders?
Pussy.
Yeah, you got to spend all day wondering why it's running on one cylinder. You know, is it going to snap in half? Is it rusting?
To be honest,
oh, my carb ain't right.
I think the twin shocks are dangerous.
They are
they're
dangerous.
horrible,
I wouldn't
they're
race a
horrible.
twin shot. But so when is the next big twin shot race meeting? Because we should go.
Yeah.
Well, let's get ours
Go and do. No, I'm not riding.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
but we can have a little
I ain't
blast.
passengering you on a twin shot, man.
Why not?
No way.
They're dangerous. You're dangerous. I'm scared. Yeah, so I think we should go there and just do some recruiting.
I think people were saying like, oh, it's the social side of it and all the rest of it, but I think we can bring the social side to the modern side social.
Rum Club.
There is
Rum Club is like bringing back the social side of modern sidecars.
With thanks to Phil and Beeve, they are bringing back the glory drinking days, really, aren't they?
Yeah, so we've got Phil, Beeve,
Keeney gets stuck in.
Wayne, Craig,
Yeah,
me and George, and you on the squad.
yeah, we're going to join now.
George done at 2 a.m. the other morning.
I wouldn't drink. I actually wasn't even drinking though. It was just 2 a.m. at a Rum Club.
What were you talking about in Rum Club? That's what you were talking about a lot.
Yeah, I did say to Keeney, I said, I've watched the video from Mortimer, and I said, why is there so many young lads riding around on a twin shock?
Yeah, but them twin shocks ain't cheap either. To buy a twin shock.
No, it's
you
not
could
cheap.
you could buy easily buy a modern bike.
Yeah, and they could do. Them guys could be doing the Nora and the British Championship.
Yeah.
Especially the Nora. The Nora is a good series.
Yeah.
It's been well good this year. So.
And the more riders you're going to get, the more races are going to be like local race meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The only reason why there aren't local race meetings because you don't get the numbers because you're all dossing about on twin shocks.
Yeah, I think the twin shocks, the sooner that they all rot and I can get rid of, the better.
Get them up scrappy.
Yeah, get them up the scrappy and get some modern bike sport.
Yeah.
And get
Yeah,
riding
but
them.
is it because you can have a beer?
Yeah, but you can have a beer at the Nora.
It's just because it is just because that's what they're hanging around. That's what they know. Like Mallow's boy, he's passenger in Mallow's on a twin shock, but that's because he's just going twin shocking. Whereas if Mallows was at a modern meeting,
Maybe at a modern meeting.
yeah, then he'd be riding modern bikes, wouldn't he? You just stick to what you know, don't you? So get to know the modern side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mallows could get a model bike and take his boy around in a modern meeting.
Not at the minute, he's in hospital.
No, but do you know what I mean?
He's
Yeah,
in
it's
hospital
true.
because twin shock's dangerous.
No, I do get the twin shock thing, but it should be for the old boys who have had enough
It's meant to be
of modern.
it's like a jolly, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
but the young lads should be coming racing.
We spoke about how we could develop the Nora
Beer tent.
beer tent.
We need Luke to get a beer tent at the Nora.
Yeah, and people actually go in it because why are there so few people at Rum Club?
I know.
Like there
Well,
could
Rum Club's a bit niche at the moment, but I think we
Yeah.
can expand it. Really, next Nora, we'll bring the 6x3 with us.
and get some music.
Bring the 6x3 and the
Big
O'Neill
box.
one. That's a beer tent, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
for starters,
Do you
we'll have
wanna set
Rum
me
Club
on
in
that?
there. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so we thought
I've got my alcohol licence.
needs
Have it.
right racing on Saturday,
I like racing. on
party
Saturday.
Saturday night,
Yeah.
party Saturday night.
Nah, it's got to be a one day job, hasn't it? Like Dad and that back in the day, they was all drinking the night before the racing.
Yeah, I think it toughens you up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good for you.
Me and Beeve won at
Marder.
won at Marder.
I
won at Marder.
I won at Marder.
I
We're
won
on it.
Yeah. So
Me and Lars.
it just goes to show, doesn't it?
I reckon I won the beer tent and the thing, the meeting. Only the A class, but yeah, I think it's got to be done. Nora's good. Just needs a little bit of fine tuning.
Yeah, just a little bit, few more people, bit more social. Doug Woods and get up there talking about twin shocks.
Oh, he
being
loves
better
his
than
old F1,
sidecars.
doesn't he? Yeah.
Twin shocks for old people, that's where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They go on about it being all decent racing and all that lot.
How's it
It's
decent
4
racing?
laps. It's 4 laps and everyone's slow.
Well, no, but I do think stuff like that is dangerous because people go 4-lap dash, go as fast as you can, but they're not in control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they've got no brakes, they can't see.
No, because everyone's cheating because they've got the Riger shocks and the Brembo brakes and the,
Oh, and all that, yeah.
you know what I mean, like different, cut the head stocks off and weld at different angles.
I'll
and
tell you what, they're
Talon
those
wheels.
twin shot boys gonna be fuming about this.
Well, no, but like it's a bit like having a classic car, innit? They're going classic racing, yeah,
Yeah.
but they're putting modern bits on
yeah,
it.
But
So
it's
everyone's cheating. It's
not,
not.
but it's still not real racing.
I think the young lads need to get a modern bike, come racing at the moderns. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
good. Proper racing.
Yeah, and
We'll all be on them old
There's
shit.
a reason, there's a reason they stopped riding them bikes.
Yeah,
40
'cause
years
they're
ago.
rubbish.
They're shit.
yeah, yeah. So that's that is a good solution. More people riding, beer
Yeah.
tent.
Because there's like
Beers.
there's like 50 teams turning up to Mortimer to ride around,
Yeah,
and it looks shit.
And
there
most
as
of
well.
them, like you say, most of them are wasting their time because bikes break down. This
Yeah.
person's injured. This person's died of old age on the way round.
I went and watched once. And there was no bikes left by the end of the day. Like, everyone was broke down.
Like a demolition derby.
Yeah, at Custis Course at the British one time, there was no bikes left by the end of the day. It was all broke.
Nick Jarvis, twin shocking.
Yeah,
He could still be top 3 in the British. Like,
probably. Yeah, but he has done his career.
I don't care. I've thought about coming back out of retirement now. Nick Jarvis should too, and the rest of them. Daniel Millard, Jenko.
There's loads of people that have left too early.
Yeah.
Brownie needs to keep going forever, really, because there's too many people quitting.
Yeah, he's making up for it.
Yeah, we need Brownie.
He should be on a twin shock. Like, no, obviously, someone Brownie's age, I could accept him being on a twin
Yeah.
shock. He's going round lapping people like
Yeah,
in the career length thing.
yeah.
He's lapped me. Lapped you now, George.
He's been riding longer than we've been alive.
Yeah. He's literally been in a Grand Prix longer than we've been alive.
Yeah.
So come on, boys, sell your twin shocks. What other? Have you had any other questions?
No, I think that's it. Mainly, it's asking about what me and you are going to do, but we need to go out for a little tryout, don't we? Again.
Yeah,
We'll have to go and get a fucking drink, mate.
great idea. Right,
Steady. Going.
Yeah, I've got something right on me.
What? There's a bit of brew up there.
There's what?
I've got a bit of me brew. I didn't have it all.
Mike's getting emotional about the whole sidecar chat. He's really passionate about this.
Did it very well, Mike.
All of a sudden, I've got something going on.
Oh,
Oh, God.
No, that's it.
blimey.
That's it for questions, I think. Could tell everyone about Dad falling off his scaffold at the weekend.
Oh my god. It's back, so I sort of already see that.
Oh.
So good. We was going to Canada Rights at the weekend. Thought I'll get round Dad's early Saturday morning. Get ready to go. I didn't have actually a lot to do. Got there about 10. Dad's messing around with the edge trimmer. I said, "You alright?" He said, "Yeah, I would be if this fucking thing would start up."
Was it a petrol one as well?
Yeah.
How long has he had it?
I thought it was electric.
No, it was
How
petrol.
long has he had it?
He said he'd had it 30 years. He said, "I've had this thing 30 years." He said, he hasn't really looked after. He obviously looks after it, but it's never had an air filter or anything. Like, and he took the air filter off, and it was disintegrate like powder.
Yeah.
So he put a bit of foam in it, like what we use for the air boxes, and he was messing around with it for ages. And in the end, he just resorted to pulling it to death, like, and it was just going, and in the end, it went. This is like 2 hours later. I was like, "Oh fucking hell, fair play, it's got it going." And then I've looked, and then there's like a full scaffold, like. How wide's the garden? Like, it's quite wide, isn't it, the garden?
Yeah, I think there was like 3 or 4 bandstands
Yeah,
involved.
there was like
Not as many
bandstands.
bandstands involved as there should have been by the sounds of it.
Probably not, no.
And a big slip through the board.
And then, so anyway, I've seen the hedge trimmer start up, and then I had to go up the yard, so I went up the yard, doing my thing, came back down. Dad's mooching around the garden, not looking very happy. There's a scaffold board snapped in half on the floor, and I was sort of trying to figure out, I'm like thinking, what's going on here then? And then it sort of turns out, Dad's like, Nick's saying, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "Oh," and he's fell off. Basically, he's got up there, and someone's been through one of his scaffold boards with a skill saw, but only nicked to the edge of it. And then he's got up there, and he's quite high, he's like 5 foot in the air at least, right? And it's just snapped straight off, and he's landed on the floor, and obviously as he's come down, he's just smashed the hedge trimmer straight on the floor, and it's broke it. Because me and Jim saw the hedge trimmer on the floor. And I was like, and then he goes, he told us about him falling off, and then he goes, "And the best thing about it, I've broke the fucking edge trimmer." And then that was it. Me and Jim were crying, like literally laughing our heads
Oh,
off
you didn't
about it.
laugh at him, did
Yeah,
you?
fucking right. I laughed my head off. But and he took it pretty well. To be
Was
fair.
he alright?
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, I think he had another edge trimmer somewhere.
Did he finish
Yeah,
cutting
he done
hedge?
it. It's brand new.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
See, that never give up attitude.
Yeah, that's what it's like around ours.
Never start.
There's always an engine that doesn't start at Dad's house.
Yeah, too much rubbish.
We've got a lot of stuff. So much stuff.
One less hedge trimmer now.
Yeah.
To get that down the tip.
I think he broke his. What did he break last year? Strimmer. Something broke. He said he had a chainsaw last year that he'd had for 30 years that he broke last year, and then now he's done his hedge trimmer. That's broke. He's got a diesel eater in the garage that don't work for some reason.
Dying with the dinosaurs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, bless him. Yeah. I was
How was Cullum on your quad? It was quite entertaining for all of us, actually.
yeah, well, what have I done? I've done a British Championship since
Yeah.
then. I can't even remember where
No,
I
you haven't.
Yeah,
Not since then, you
since our last podcast.
You got on the podium as well,
Since
didn't you?
our last podcast, I've done 2 British Championships. So I've done my first quad race, I landed off a jump and I was meant to be going right, ended up going left and got run over by my own quad.
Yeah.
So that hurt. And then the second race, I went over the handlebars going off start somehow and crashed again. Broke down twice.
Yeah.
And then, where did I...
We still haven't really fixed that, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all glued up, isn't it?
Sort of what I mean.
Yes. I don't know, I had like a decent result in one of the races, didn't I?
Yeah, you had the second race on Sunday at the British was good.
Yeah. Was it 11th or something like that?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it was getting up. It was good.
Yeah, so that wasn't too bad. And then I went to Ironworks, right? And I'm riding around at Ironworks and I was thinking, I'll tell you what, I've got this quad thing sussed out in qualifying. Absolutely flying. And I've come in and no pitboarding or anything. And I've looked at Georgia. And I was like, good? He's like, needs good. I was like, where was I? He's like, 27th. And I was like, oh, needs good. It was at 35. But I got some good starts there, to be fair, for second right.
Yeah.
Good starts. And I think I had a 17th and a 20th and I crashed in the last race.
Oh
You had
yeah,
to come from the
yeah,
back.
you did. You had a good battle with he's having a good battle with All Round Ant.
All round Ant. How's
Yeah.
that gone for him?
Poor old boys. He smashed
Yeah.
himself up, didn't he?
So he was rushing around, wasn't he? It was
Yeah.
his quad.
We was all worried about him for a bit,
Yeah.
and then I saw him walk. Then I saw him the next day, and he was fine.
I know.
Next day.
No, I didn't see him. Saw him the next week. Didn't
See
I?
him at Foxhill, didn't we?
I bet he was. I bet you he's in some pain after that. After
Yeah.
being about there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's got twice as many ribs as he had.
Yeah.
So yeah, all round Ant is rolling around Ant.
Not doing
A
so much.
colour.
Not doing so much at the moment.
Maybe he didn't roll. That's why he hurt
No, I
himself.
don't think he did.
I've seen a video of it. He sort of just pancaked it on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh
He was
god.
trying to overtake someone. I'll give him his dues.
Yeah,
he was
having
racing.
a good race up. Yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, so
So you turned up. You were supposed to be there the night before, and you turned up in the morning.
yeah. So I can't even remember what happened there, but turned up in the morning. I had rear tyres on that I wanted to change. I've gone and got the tyres off Harry, and he was like, "You're not putting them on now, are you?" I was like, "Yeah." So anyway, I'm trying to do the fire method. Need good.
No.
Kept setting everything on fire.
Just set
Broke the
everything on
lighter. Beav and that lot were loving it. And
Yeah,
then,
Beef just comes over for entertainment value these days, I think.
yeah. And then got the tyres sorted out in the end. Harry had to come and help me. And then realised just for practice that I've put them on the same way round, which means when I put the wheels on the other side, one tyre was on one way round and the other tyre was on the other way round. So I've done practice and that's pretty sketchy like that. So turned one of the other tyres round again. Got that sorted out. First race, no front brake. I thought, what's this shit thing?
Oh god.
So I adjusted it up a little bit anyway. I thought, I'm pretty sure I haven't fixed that, but I'll go out in the next one. Hell of a start. I think I was like top 3. Went down into first corner, no brakes, crashing into people. So yeah, I just pulled out of that race in the end. And then bled it all through, got it working, rode it around the pits, thought, lost my front brake again. So that's when Kerwin come over, wasn't it? Took my wheel off and the wheel bearing was in kit form. Still on the axle.
Yeah.
So we soon realised what the problem was. But, so yeah, I
Luckily, Kerwin fixed it as well.
yeah, and then all the sidecar boys went home after that. George wouldn't stay and watch me, so I couldn't be bothered to ride on Sunday. Track was pretty rough as well, and I thought that is getting no better.
We watched you in the last race. You had a good ride. You had a good ride in the last race. Didn't you? It was alright.
I wasn't very happy about it. It wasn't fast enough. It was quite bumpy. I haven't ridden no bumpy stuff like that.
I know I had to get home. I had the British GP to worry about.
Mm. You had a good day at British GP. We haven't spoke about you there, have we?
No, it was alright. It was good. I found the track really difficult on Saturday, and I was like, this track's a bit much. But then Sunday morning, I got a couple of the other jumps dialed, and I was like, oh, this is really good. I really like the track.
17th overall.
17th overall.
Jim went from hero to 0.
Yeah. Jim got his first points.
He got points last year.
Yeah.
They're his first real points, aren't they?
Could be a man.
Yeah. Could be. 3.
Yeah.
Me and Dan will rock, paper, scissors for it. But yeah, so points, bit now it's, don't know, done the British GP and now that's it. I need to withdraw my entries now.
Don't forget to do that.
Oh no, I need to. I'll do the email tomorrow, I think.
Don't you have to just email Sonia?
Oh
Oh no, I got had a go at by someone else actually. You have to email the Sonia and
You have to email the WSC Sport office or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the
Sport.
email. FOM Sport. Yeah.
Yeah, so get that done. But so basically, it's a bit annoying really because all the passengers keep getting injured at the minute, not the riders. Not saying I want anyone to get hurt or anything, but like now you've got no passenger.
Yeah.
I've got no passenger. Jake Brown's got no passenger. Liam Moody's got no passenger.
Is Jake going this weekend?
No, apparently not now.
Oh, he's not.
No, he
No.
was.
Oh.
Now he's not, supposedly.
So then no Poland either.
No. So that's... How are we going to fix this? It's like matchmaking, isn't it? Right, I reckon... What do I reckon?
I think you need to become a passenger.
yeah, but like we're going on about passengers, yeah. You like Jack Wilkinson, where is he? Why is he not being about?
Right, Jack Wilkinson needs to get on with Liam Moody.
Yeah, I think that's happening.
Yeah, so I think that needs to happen.
I think it is happening.
Chris Booth, Jake Brown. I don't know how long Lars is going to be out. He's got a bad injury.
Is it bad?
Shin splints.
Would you'd obviously be open to finding a passenger, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a proper one though.
Yeah. Not you're not going to waste your time.
No.
So Jack Wilkinson to Liam Moody, Chris Booth to Jake Brown, Josh Chamberlain to George, and Dan Chamberlain to me, or whatever way round.
That's true. I could message Josh.
Yes.
Oh.
But, wow, still dragging people out of retirement doesn't help the job.
No,
does
it shouldn't be like that, should it?
Yeah, it's a bit like Lewis Gray, really, isn't it? Why is he retired?
I know.
We can't get onto this again. No, Lewis is doing what he wants to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame though.
Yeah,
he's
no,
a brilliant
that's
passenger.
what I mean.
Brilliant
Like,
passenger, yeah.
if he, yeah, I don't see anyone coming.
Chris Panel's looking for a ride.
Yeah, it's true. I think someone mentioned Chris Panel actually.
Yeah, he's a good passenger.
I like riding with
He won
Chris.
an overall British Championship overall with Chris.
I did, yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, weight's gone.
Yeah, one way it's going with Chris, yeah.
2021.
There's your man.
Yeah, he was the boy.
You can still get your Nora Championship
Yeah.
wrapped up with
I
him.
don't know where the next round is. I think
I've
it
got
might,
competition.
I think it might-
I
I think it is.
I fancy doing the Nora, you know.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a bit of Nora, see how we're getting on.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of that. But yeah, I've been like the psychotherapist the last week between Jake and Liam.
Have you?
Yeah, been asking me for advice and stuff.
Well, why are they
From
asking
you?
you for advice?
Yeah, you ain't got a passenger.
You're without a passenger, same as the rest of us.
Well, I think they're asking me why I've got no passenger and what route I'm going with, and I just said, give it up.
Yeah.
But no, I've sorted them passengers out anyway. Their passenger situation's fixed. But another little subject that I've got working on, what we've been talking about, left-hand passengers lazy in rights.
Yeah.
This is something we've noticed. We've been working on it with Jim, which has gone well, and
Yeah.
Jim didn't break his leg going around the right.
No, he
place.
broke his leg in the left.
yeah, he was too committed in the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think where I don't really know why it's like it is, but you see the right chair passengers, they all work so hard in left-handed corners, don't they?
Yeah.
And then the left chair passengers in rights really do not do very much
No. Slack.
in comparison.
Proper slack. Yeah.
And I think, do you think in a way it's to do with them not understanding how much difference that makes to them?
Yeah, I think because the thing is that you get in a left, if you don't lean out, the chair comes up and you go, "What are you doing?" In a right, the consequences are quite low, as in like nothing happens. But
Depends.
if
who
you
you
work,
are.
if you do actually work hard, then it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But there's no like, I don't know. It doesn't. Nothing happens except it just lowers the speed the driver can go around the corner. I think it does make a big difference.
Yeah,
It does
definitely.
make a big difference.
I think the good passengers that are now retired need to get more involved with helping the learning passengers.
It would be
'Cause,
nice if they were there.
Like when we were talking to Jim about it at Cullum, Kerwin was straight on it. Like when you're going into this corner, you can do this to load the front wheel. When you're going into this sort of corner, you can do this to like stop the back of the bike coming down. Like how much different things you can do in rides. Whereas for me, I don't really know what they should be doing, but you just feel what that passenger feels like in a ride and what they feel like in a ride. But I feel like Jim got a lot better at it, didn't he?
Oh, way better.
Well, just
yeah.
the picture, wasn't it?
Yeah,
There was a
yeah.
picture of him doing it how he was doing it,
Proper having it large, yeah.
and then he was right over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but passengers I reckon they have more control than the driver does.
Yeah, for that sort of thing.
You know, like when you go hurtling into a right corner, I sometimes think they're getting right, before you need to be sort of like on a solo.
Yeah.
When it's bumpy, sort of ride it and they can be back, and then drop over.
Yeah, they can't be too early. Yeah, you don't want to be early. Definitely
Yeah.
not.
But
'Cause it starts loading the suspension up too much.
that's not a criticism for passengers. Or
Well, it is a criticism because it's like,
Well, true.
people should do it. Like,
Yeah.
that should be progression because we're struggling in rights all the time, and that could be partly because passengers don't work hard enough in rights.
Yeah. But I know personally for me, like when I was trying to improve, when I was like trying to make progress and stuff, I'd watch a lot of videos of like Bax, Hermans, all them guys,
Yeah.
and they're the benchmark, aren't they? So like people can, like starts for example, there's no excuse for a passenger not to be sat on the start line in the same position as Ben van der Bogart, as Musset, as them people.
Yeah.
because
there's so much footage to copy.
yeah, and all you have to do is copy it.
Yeah.
And before the gate drops, a lot of them got it wrong straight away.
Yeah.
So like set that as a benchmark, watch footage, watch videos, and then work on them.
Yeah,
things.
I'd already said it to Jim. I was like, oh, I think you can work harder in rights. And then a video came up of Van Lucian and Mussett practicing, and I just went like that, and I just showed him, and he was like, oh yeah, bloody hell, like it's way.
Yeah.
Like,
and he's not doing that for no reason, is
no,
he?
and Marvin wasn't even turning left that much. Like
No.
it was going in a straight line, and Mussett was right down. I was like, there you go, it's proof.
Yeah,
It's
they're,
like,
they're not wasting their time
No.
doing that. So, yeah, I think maybe something for people to work on.
Yeah, I think it could be. It's definitely something that they need to work on. But so people can make progression. People need to get fitter, and people need to work harder in the rights.
Yeah,
But that's why people watch videos, isn't it? It's like anything in any sport.
That's why you should watch video. Or
Yeah.
that's why maybe people aren't.
Yeah, but
watching
people
videos and
leave. I think the English people leave racing. Racing's forgot about until the next weekend.
Yeah,
Possibly,
but like maybe, like when they watch the videos of everyone's seen the videos of Prunier and stuff like that. But do they just watch it and go, "Wow, that's cool"?
Yeah.
Or do they watch and go, "I should be doing that. What he's doing there, I should be doing that."
Yeah, but you've got to be hungry to keep learning.
Oh yeah.
And it does help, like if you've got someone trying to help you, like I said, with good passengers getting involved, helping other passengers and stuff. Like if you've got someone that's on at you and saying, in this bit of the track you can do this better, do this a bit different,
Yeah.
try this sort of thing, and then they think about it, try it, do it.
Thing is, I think that's when you're going racing, the pressure's a bit different, isn't it? Yeah, so for them to tell you when you go racing, to try something different, could not be the best thing.
Well, that's where you could do with like.
You need to be like, almost you'd have like a training camp thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like going riding.
You can work on things when you're racing, like as a passenger, especially.
It's small.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
small things. It's small details, isn't it? You're not asking someone to do something something completely different. You're just saying in this corner. But I think a lot of it comes from where people aren't fit enough. They're just surviving. So like they're not fussed really. I know when I passenger for 2 laps, I can think about helping the bike go here, help it go there, whatever. But after that, I'm thinking I'm trying not to fall off now, so I ain't worried about all that.
Yeah, but technically for you,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not a passenger, are you?
Yeah, exactly,
You just
yeah.
know what. I think that's why people can ride solos,
Yeah.
passengers that can ride solos at an alright level, can be a really good passenger because they understand
Yeah.
how to where you want to go, how it feels.
Yeah.
Whereas
100%.
most passengers just like, we're going left now.
Yeah.
I'll stand in the middle now. I'll go right now.
Yeah, they're not riding the bike, are they? They're passenger in the bike. That's what we keep saying to Jim, innit? Ride the bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
Like think about what I actually want, not just I'm going left here, I'm going right here. Like it needs to be like little, just constantly thinking like little bits. Like at the weekend, we were jumping out. There was that down the hill into that tight left where it was hard to get around that left and then back up the hill.
Yeah.
Jim was getting in the D when we jumped out the top of the hill. Then I had no grip.
No. Big spin up.
All the way from there to the left.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't think to themselves, "Oh, spinning like fuck it, like I best not do that again."
Yeah.
They'd just be like, "Oh, I'm getting in the D there."
But that's where if like you had someone who was a good passenger was watching and said and come back and go, you need to be. I think English passengers stand with too much of a wide stance.
Yeah.
When you watch like Mussett, Bogart,
Yeah, they're very technical,
They
aren't they?
get like you're saying they move in
They
the
plant
hips.
their feet. Yeah.
Whereas passengers, you go on any pictures there like this.
Yeah.
But you could see the level difference at the weekend between like Joe Millard, for example, and really a lot of the other passengers was like that track was very technical at Canada Rights, and Joe was riding the bike like big time.
Yeah. Makes Brett's life way easier.
Yeah, but then like Jim, for example, he's good at listening. Like if you say something to him,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
he's like like takes it in straight away. Obviously, that's all part of learning, isn't it? You can't expect someone just to do it straight away.
It's hard for a rider to continually think about what they're doing because you're trying to think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like I could do with someone there with Jim saying you're doing this, but we do work on Jim, and he definitely listens because how much progress he's made from the start of the year to now.
Well, you think when
It's
we went to Spain, I was thinking you weren't going to be making it, and then
Yeah.
I look at him now and I think if he's just a bit fitter, he's going to be so good.
Yeah, it's one little click for Jim, isn't it? And then
Yeah.
he could be right there. But yeah, but then also switching it up, like the riders, like when you go to the British Championship and you watch the riders and stuff, so many riders get into the hole that they're in, settle in for their place, and they just ride round. And it's like, well, if you're riding round on your own, don't just ride round till the checker flag comes out. That's a perfect time to try and look for different lines. Don't just give up because of the position that you're in.
No.
Like, they're almost just wait. Oh, this is where I am now. I'll just finish it. And what's the reason for that? Like, are they not trying to develop like their skill set essentially?
Yeah. You need to constantly try and progress. I mean, it's easy to say.
Because Brett was still racing round. He's 40 seconds out front, and he's still racing round, changing his lines, getting everything right. Like,
he's thinking about next week.
Yeah. But that's what they should be thinking as well.
Yeah,
like,
Brett's thinking about next week.
Just because they're in the middle of nowhere with 15 minutes to go, you wouldn't go practice it and then after 10 minutes go, oh, well, we're not going to overtake someone practicing, so let's just stop. Like,
but that's when you need a good mentor.
You can get better throughout the race. At times, you can get better because that's the perfect time. You're not going to get better, but you're going to get better in certain ways when you're at the beginning of the race and you're having a race. You're going to get better at racecraft.
Yeah.
But then in the second half of the race, if the gap's big, then you've got to learn how to ride the bike potentially.
Yeah.
But that's where you need to be. Maybe people aren't fit enough to be thinking at the end of the race to do different things. They're just surviving. Whereas you need to be a little bit fitter.
But no, it's all about making that progress, isn't it?
Yeah, people need to strive for progress.
But I think our young passengers are making improvements when I watch them.
Well, we've been working on Jim, working on Beeve.
Yeah, I thought Thomas McKay looked very good at the weekend.
Tom McKay's definitely getting better.
Yeah. Like in comparison to this time last year, 100% made a lot of improvement. Him and Ozzy were chasing Campbell round at the weekend in the second race.
Yeah.
Thomas looked good. Like whether he was knackered or not, still looked good. Like Beeve still looked good at the end of the race. Jim, he looked great in that medical tent.
Jim was off his head in the medical tent. Yeah.
He was trying to get me on the gas in it.
Was he?
Yeah.
Jack Watson didn't look very well in the medical tent.
Oh no, big up Jack Watson.
He looked green or something.
He didn't look well. Yeah, he hit his head really hard.
But I messaged him. He said he seems alright.
Yeah.
When you hit your head though, fucking it's like
He still won't be as mad as his brother, so he's alright.
Yeah, he's got to hit his head a few more times before that.
Yeah, he'll be fucked. If he gets to that stage, then he's finished.
But yeah.
What did that conversation start as? Passion's being better.
Yeah, better and right. Yeah.
It ain't just about being better. It's about being better all round everything, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's thinking about the whole track. Yeah, it's putting the track together. Yeah.
And again, that's not digging people out. That's like
it's just it's a suggestion.
Yeah, I can only relate it to when I was trying to get better as a rider, and I still do it every single week. Like I do it to you every single week. This is where you could be better there. Like even if you've had the best race of your life, you could still be better in that bit. Or this is where you need to work on now. Like just because you've done well or is successful, you should always be thinking about the next step that you can make. It's a bit like us, wasn't it? We just got shouted at forever about you need to overtake everyone.
Yeah.
You need to ram people. You need to get out the starts better. Every week was something to focus on. So yeah, beer tents.
Yeah, we're working on beer tents now. Rum club, we're going to improve the rum club. Choose a cheaper drink than probably. It's a good start.
It's a bit dear that rum, isn't it?
Well, it is. Yeah, I haven't bought any yet.
You're still on your free trial.
Yeah, Phil's had me let me have a free trial. I think he'll let me have another free trial.
Yeah.
Right, should we wrap her up?
I think we'll probably wrap her up. When are we going to do another one?
Well, Mike's away for a week. Maybe we could do a two-manner.
Or maybe get a guest on.
Yeah, we'll get a guest on next.
Who should we have?
We'll take the stuff with us this week.
We'll have suggestions for... where are we going this week?
Yeah, Mike's going to Poland, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so let's have suggestions for who you want on the pod.
Yeah,
I want Chris Etheridge.
I want Chris Etheridge, yeah.
Yeah, maybe... how are we going to get Chris?
I think we could just call him in.
Yeah,
definitely call him in.
Do you know how to use a phone?
I've heard he rings these lot plenty. Yeah.
He's good for a chat.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's wrap it up. Hit the jingle.
Right, see you later, guys.
Peace out.